Can citizens of Afghanistan apply for visas in New Zealand? I'm David, I'm a New Zealand immigration lawyer, and I can tell you that the answer to this question is yes, citizens of Afghanistan can apply for visas. However, there's another question, which is what are the chances for an Afghanistan citizen to be approved? That's a different question, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Now, first of all, New Zealand does not discriminate based on ethnicity, nationality. They do not discriminate based on where you're from, your background, in terms of who you are. They allow any passport holder to apply for a visa in New Zealand. However, the thing you need to understand is that when processing a visa, they do have to consider all of your circumstances to determine whether you are a bona fide applicant. Bona fide meaning genuine. So if a citizen of Afghanistan with a passport applies for a tourist visa to come to New Zealand, there's a very, very high chance it will be refused. Okay, because in most circumstances, there's a sort of an understanding about when you're in a war-torn country and you have difficult circumstances, you may not have the ability or incentive to return back to your home country at the end of your stay. However, perhaps you have family in New Zealand. Perhaps you come from a really good background. Perhaps you have a great job. You're very well established. You don't live in those bad neighborhoods. You live in a good neighborhood. You've got a good travel history. You've been to other countries. All of these things can come into play to make your application stronger. There could be another example of a situation where you've actually been offered a job. You're highly qualified. You have all the qualifications. It's a genuine job offer. You're a specialist in this field. So these things all come into play as well. And so it's not only the nature of your passport or where you're from, all of the surrounding circumstances have to be considered. Now, having said that, we do see a lot of declines from certain countries, and Immigration New Zealand receives just thousands and thousands of applications for visas every month, and they cannot approve everyone. So you have to be very careful about how you approach your application. Contact a professional, make sure things are done properly, and follow us for more tips.